One day, Duncan was upset. After he heard about when Smudger got Steamer back, he was upset for what happened. I did try to tell you, Duncan, but you just think it's funny. I'm sorry, Duncan. I noticed you really meant it. Yeah, now my valve burst and my cylinder is broken. And, I'm going to be late with the trucks at the quarry and I got some passengers to take. Maybe I could take your passengers. Really? Thank you, Steamer. Are you sure you want to do this, Steamer? I'm sure I got this, Rusty, because I noticed Duncan had really noticed it. And he explained everything. And so he really noticed it. Oh. And I noticed what you meant. And don't worry, Rusty, I still got this. And with that, Steamer went off. He noticed later his would be fine. I'm sure his would be fine. And Rusty noticed it will be. Later, Steamer got the coaches and went off taking the passengers down the line. He was doing fine and he was right on time. You're doing so fine. You're doing so fine. Thank you. And Steamer noticed his was a bit fine. Thank you, Steamer. Looks like you're doing fine. Thanks, Stefani. Just trying to be really useful. Because Duncan had his valve burst and his cylinder's broken, so I'm taking his passengers. Wow, that is awesome. I know. Just trying to be really useful. And with that, Steamer went off. He noticed later his is about to be awesome. Later that night, Rusty was checking the bridge with the track maintenance with the workmen. Rusty looked at the bridge. He still noticed the part where Duncan had went over it, and then he noticed those sparks that he noticed that looked like another engine, which was Smudger. Maybe Duncan really did notice it. I'm not sure. Did he really notice it? He really noticed it, which was Smudger when he got Steamer back? Rusty was still worried. Rusty, are you doing fine? Oh, yeah, I'm fine. You know, we could head back if it's fine. Yeah. I think I feel a little tired. I think we should head back. After he checked the bridge, and with that, he went off. He was still a bit worried. Later, Rusty talked to Scarloey about it. So you really did notice it. Yeah, I checked, but I'm not sure what it was, but it looked like Duncan really did notice it. But I'm still not sure, but I think he really did notice it. Rusty was still not sure, but he noticed later. He didn't know what it was, but it was the difficult time he noticed. But he was still not sure about it. But he decided to check later. Rusty was getting ready to take some trucks from the Smudger Station quarry to the yards. He was getting the trucks ready and he waited for the trucks to be coupled. Maybe Duncan really did notice it. I'm not sure. The trucks were coupled up and things were ready and Rusty went off. He noticed later things are about to be difficult, but he knew he'd have to try. Later, Rusty went onto the bridge. It got late, but then Rusty stopped. What happened? You run out of fuel. Looks like we had to wait for another engine to help. Rusty was more worried. Being stuck on the bridge, he didn't know what else. But then, Rusty heard another engine. Maybe it's the engine that Duncan noticed. Before Rusty could notice anything else, out came Steamer. Steamer, what are you doing? I heard you run out of fuel, but don't worry, I came to help. Oh, I thought it was the engine that Duncan noticed. Oh, It's just I already noticed it. It was just only Smudger. And Steamer talked to Rusty about it. Oh. Sorry, I think I run out of fuel and I didn't know. It's fine, it happens. At least you almost already noticed it. Yeah, I think I did. Thank you, Steamer, and sorry about it. I just didn't know he really meant it. At least you already noticed it. And it looks like I did, Steamer. And Rusty noticed it was the awesome thing that ever happened. Later, Duncan had heard about it and he felt sorry for Rusty. Thank you for noticing what happened, and I'm sorry I got upset, Rusty. I was just trying to let you know, and it looks like you already did notice it. Yeah, and I'm sorry I think yours was funny. I didn't know you really meant it. It's fine, it happens. But I still think yours was awesome. Thank you, Steamer. And at least we already noticed it. And Rusty noticed he did. He noticed things have been a bit crazy from what happened, but Rusty noticed he had been so really useful and having the courage to notice it. And it was the craziest night he and Steamer ever had, and it made him really useful.